What up? What up? It is Wednesday, another wonderful Wednesday here on Board Talk with Board TV. We're super excited. We've been playing lots of Dookey, or at least I've been attempting to, in the few moments that I have a day. But man, it's only been like 3 days. What's good, Will? What's good, Bryce? How we feeling?
What up? What up?
Yo, been skipping out on lunch to play Dookey Dash, so your boy's hungry.
Dude, I wanted to play Dookey Dash during lunch, but I had garbage service, and it was just not going to happen. So
Yeah, I'm in a hotel this week traveling for work, and I'll lag around the 100,000 mark and then just punch my computer. I'm on my fourth one now.
like
Computer.
Wait, so you've mentioned this before. You lag? Like, what kind of lag are we talking here?
No, like all of a sudden, like I'll move my mouse to the right, and it just kind of like glitches.
Sounds like you got some whack ass internet, bro.
I was gonna say, it
connected
sounds
to a
like you need to
hotel
get good
on
at
a
the
third floor
game.
somewhere. Like it is super not ideal.
Yeah, that's tough. I remember you saying that you were traveling here for. Is it just for the week, or are you back
for the
next
week?
Okay.
I'll be back at my house Saturday.
Okay, and then Will, you were out for a minute too, weren't you?
Will's out for like
Welcome to my crib. This is hotel number 1 of 2.
Okay.
And I'm just I'm gone. I'm a nomad now. So
oh shit.
Never to return again.
You're feeling really bored traveling the world playing Dookey Dash. He's actually taking a world tour. You can come watch Will live on Dookey Dash streaming. That's that if only we could stream all day. I found myself enjoying the game actually, even though I'm not great at it. The other stream we had, Siri is talking to me.
Siri, is she enjoying it too?
Siri apparently loves the game. No, I loved having that stream the other night with Will, and Bryce will have to do it again just because it was like we literally streamed for about 3 hours, and it did not feel like that at all. It felt like maybe a half an hour to an hour, and we're just shooting the shit, answering questions from people, and it was fun, and it wasn't like we were obviously not breaking any fucking records. But it was just like legitimately fun just to shoot the shit. And then like trying to play when you're talking. Oh my God, dude. Like
it is impossible.
All of a sudden you're just staring at the computer for a good 20 seconds, not saying a word. But no, super exciting. We'll dive in a little bit more to the Dookey and into the sewer after we bring up our first and only guest of the night. Super excited. We will probably say, at least I will probably say his name 5 different ways. But the key is that he's got an upcoming mint with his team, and I'm excited to talk to him because I'm a music teacher myself. I've got some guitars in the background. I don't play as much as I once did, but music is close to my heart. And I was a commercial music major in school, and I like songwriting. I like playing. I like gigging. So this is a combo of NFTs and using Bored Ape IP and dope music. So I guess without further ado, Will, let's cue up that video. And bring on our good friend. Here we go. Little intro. If you haven't seen it yet, this is I'm Boring.
Hey, I wanna break shit. Just go ape shit, laugh as I tear it down. Hey, no more safe shit. MDMA in a cake. It's my birthday now. At 3 in the morning, I'm always so ready for it. Or when I wake up to write my story, I remember I'm boring. I would be a legendary if I could collide and tear apart the single Hollywood. It drives me back, it calls without any warning. I remember I'm boring.
And without further ado, we're gonna welcome on the mastermind behind Shilly. What's good?
How's it going, guys? Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Thanks for being here.
You usually do the mirror mode or the opposite. Sorry, I'm like not a Twitch person.
Oh, yeah.
I think I do it different every time, and then I just figure it out, and it blows my mind for a good 30 seconds because I'm apparently a boomer for sure, but I just try not to fall out of my chair for sure. But
right. This is definitely not what I'm used to with like Zoom calls and stuff because like I mean the text is correct. So this is what I actually look like.
Yeah, I know, right?
It is like it.
You're not Shilly right now. You don't have your face.
I've never been Shilly. I'm not Shilly.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, Shilly is an ape. I'm part of Shilly's band.
I love it.
And I'm his manager. But
there you go. Shilly
so,
passes coming
Shilly,
on
Shilly.
Friday, right? Tell us a little bit about that project.
That's right. So yeah, we created Shilly last year. We were writing music all year. We kind of came up with the character, and obviously, the first thing was putting that video together, which took a while because we wanted to put something out before we I think some people try to sell NFTs before they show people what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So for us, it was really let's put something out. Let's show people what we can do, the sound, the vibe we're going for, and then later put together a community of people that are into it. So we put the song out, we put the video out last month. People really liked it, and then since then we've really been focused on this kind of bigger Web3 idea, which is we kind of came up with this concept called community produced recording artists. And Shilly is the first one. And the idea pretty much is, Shilly, behind Shilly is a community of Web3 creatives, musicians, artists, kind of just DAO votes, people that could vote on everything, and using the power of Web3 and the community to take a digital recording artist out of this little bubble we're in into the mainstream together. So that's kind of the big picture. And on Friday we're dropping Shilly access passes on OpenSea. So we're that came together pretty quickly. We were able to we've been supported by Warner Music and probably a label, and they helped us out, and we're dropping on OpenSea this Friday. And yeah, that's pretty much it, I think.
I want to throw it back further with Josh and the world of NFTs.
So not when I emerged from the womb.
No,
Yeah.
I don't, not that far back.
I saw a light.
Yeah, there was a light in front of me.
Yeah.
And I said, I got to go that way. So I guess, where did you fall into NFTs? Was it through Bored Ape? Was it before that? Were you crypto heavy, crypto native? Kind of take us, a brief story of how you got in.
So I came into NFTs February of 2021.
Yeah.
So a couple months before Bored Apes, and I was collecting art. I think I had heard about Beeple. And I knew about NFTs a little bit, but I was reading about Beeple, and I've always been into art. Never really collected a lot of art, but always wanted to. So it was kind of a cool, concept to be able to go online and look at art and collect it. So I got into Nifty Gateway,
sure,
and was collecting Ferocious, which I still have all that stuff, and eventually later got a Beeple, but that took a while. But fuck Render and Thank You X and all those artists, and that was the first kind of alpha community I had, was I forget what it's called, but it was on the Nifty Gateway Discord. It was called the Nifty, I don't know, Nifty Plus or something, and these were the first people that I knew. And then that market was had a little bull market.
Yep.
January, or before that, December, January, February, and then March it kind of crashed. That was the first bear market. And then everyone was kind of losing money, but we kind of we stayed close as an alpha group, and people were just bringing shit in that they were finding. And I wasn't even really I barely went on OpenSea at all. But at some point, at around the end of April, Fry's Frame.
Yeah, we had him on.
Yeah, he was in the Nifty Gateway Discord too, and he showed up with an ape, and and everyone was curious,
right?
And I think some people minted, but I didn't. And then May 1st, was the day it sold out, right?
Yep.
Yeah, May 1st, I decided to go shopping, and I went on OpenSea, and I picked this one for 0.25.
Yeah. It's absurd to think about that too now.
That was an absolutely crazy time, was it not? You could literally shop the floor and be within like 0.1 ETH and be able to pick out all sorts of different apes.
Yeah.
I was right there behind you on May 2nd. But like, it's weird. You first see the apes and you're like, oh, what the heck is this? Like, what's going on? But then it's like, it was kind of infectious in the beginning. Wouldn't you say? It was kind of like something was just like, oh shit, like I need one of these. I don't know why, but like everyone's just having so much fun with them. Like, I gotta get one.
Yeah, I remember it wasn't like I almost didn't do it because like at that time that was a very expensive purchase at 0.25. And I remember like thinking like this was like there was no part of me that felt like I was making an investment of a thing that was going to go up in value.
Yeah,
like, it wasn't even
right.
It was literally just because like other people had it and I thought they were funny and I wanted one. And then like the bathroom thing, which was like, you know, I barely did. But the bathroom thing was like a really cool way to like show people that NFTs like can do something. You know, I think it was the first time we kind of saw that like, oh, an NFT could like token gate, you know, this room and give you an exclusive experience. But yeah, it took me a while to pick this one out, and I like almost didn't pull the trigger at the time, and I did. I'm glad I did. I ended up buying, you know, a couple more. But this is the only one I have left.
Yeah.
And I'm, you know,
Nice.
it's priceless. I'm never selling.
It's funny because you say like, you know, we go back and think about those times and it was like, you really could shop pretty much any trait and it wasn't ridiculous. And man, hindsight's 2020, dude, I should have sold all my Top Shot because I got in early on Top Shot. I should have liquidated literally everything I owned in Top Shot and just bought more apes. But I was so illiquid. And so I minted my PFP. And at the time I was like, dude, that's all I got. Like I got like 275 liquid and that's literally all I have right now. And you know, you fast forward to now and we've had all these different, you know, just insane run-ups and airdrops and new collections. And now we got Dookey Dash. But I think at the beginning, and I'm going to tie it into what you got going up on Friday. It really took off because of community, right? It took off because you had creatives that wanted to do something with IP. And they didn't have to ask. They didn't have to ask really the Bored Ape if they could do it. They're going to use the IP. They're going to use their ape, and they're going to run with it. And so you've obviously taken this to like a completely new level. You're trying to take this mainstream with music and the IP of the Bored Ape, and you want to bring along a community for the ride. So can you kind of talk about that kind of connection with community, IP, and your project here on Friday?
Yeah, I mean, there, you know, like there have been a lot of. I would not have done this if not for like the people that, you know, used their IP early and kind of took the first leap, like Jenkins and all that, which, you know, we talk to a lot, and that's like a huge. I mean, we're straight up stealing like part of their model, like you know, with licensing and stuff. You know, the way I explain the project to a lot of people is it's like Jenkins to Valet, except instead of, you know, where they're like strictly telling stories for novels and podcasts, you know, we're making music. It's just kind of a different medium. So wait, sorry, what was the question?
No, just like tying that in with community. So like you have this IP and you obviously had some great examples of early day IP use, and you've taken that to another level. And again, like they're kind of pushing you forward too, but like linking your community and the importance of what does community bring to a project like Shilly.
Yeah. And it's really hard to break out of our like Bored Ape bubble or NFT bubble. You know, a lot of people outside of the NFT space, they don't get it. A lot of people like roll their eyes at Bored Apes. You know, they look at it as, you know, oh, it's like this crazy expensive thing. Why do you have that? You know, so it's hard. But you have to like for us, it's like, first of all, we wanted to put out something music wise and video wise that, or, you know, that's just great. You know, that's just good, that like anybody can enjoy. Like a good song's a good song. And then like from a character creation standpoint, like, you know, we kind of realized like it can't take itself too seriously, right? Like it's a cartoon monkey, you know, we got to have fun with it. So like my background is also kind of comedy, so I wanted to make it kind of satirical and fun. You know, we got permission from the hundreds to use that shirt. NFTs are a scam. Yeah, and that's kind of part of the story. Part of the character is like he doesn't, you know, he's not into NFTs. You know, he kind of acts like those dudes on Twitter that don't believe in NFTs. even though he is one, like he doesn't realize that. So that's a big part of like how we, we see, breaking out of the space. And then, yeah, as far as bringing the community along, I think, in terms of music and Web3, like so many people have been trying different things, and everybody kind of knows like music and Web3 are kind of meant to be, but no one's kind of like locked down, like no one's kind of figured it out exactly. But my thesis, I guess, is that like it's all about community. It's all about this idea that an artist, whether it's like an NFT or a real artist, could use NFTs and Web3 to like create this, community of super fans, but they're more than super fans, people that are invested and kind of have a stake in things, in the early success of an artist, and are able to grow together and be like this gigantic, this big kind of marketing team, without a record label. It's kind of democratizing it. Yeah. So that's a big, that's really, where we're at with, this idea of, building this whole community around this IP, and kind of, and then also, we haven't really gotten into the passes, but like the highest pass is called the band pass, and there's 500, and that's the pool of talent that we're drawing from, to create music with Shilly, art with Shilly. So our core band that has thus far like worked on Shilly music, like we are each going to have band passes, like that's
Right.
That's like we are part of it as much as anybody else. And if we were kind of saying to the community before, like if Snoop Dogg or something, wanted to do a song, like, and he didn't have a band pass, then like the only way we could do it is like we could put a vote to the community. Oh, could we do a song? But at the end of the day, like the band pass people are, the pool of talent that we're going to work with. And that's why we did this like whole application process. And we've been listening to all of this music and looking at all this art and all this like amazing creative stuff that's going on in the space. And just like cultivating this like awesome community that like really wants to be part of it.
I think that's important too. And you've seen it done with multiple projects too, like the application process. We're trying to cultivate people that actually want to be there and build and potentially like obviously hold long term, because I think that obviously helps projects kind of rocket ship and be successful. Even if floor price, I'll take floor price out of the equation, just being successful where people want to be a part of it. If you have those dedicated crew, that's welcoming people, recruiting people for you. I mean, I think that's the key. That's how you unlock the whole thing. So I love that. I love the different passes. So can you talk about?
And we've gotten that before selling any NFTs, which is crazy. And like we've had, we have like legit community members that have become mods and then just like regulars that are just. And a big part of that is because we put out this video, because people know what we're about. We're not being like speculative or coy or like, oh, we're going to put out music in the future and this is what it look like. We shared something, and the NFT is a way to organize the community better. But like some projects use the NFT as like, oh, this is now we're starting a community around this.
Right.
But sometimes you need a little bit more, or people are just going to like flip it because like, what is it to them?
I agree completely. And so you said you had there's a couple levels of passes. And so you have these people that are the creatives, the people that you're going to draw from. But what if I'm person A sitting at home and I can't hold a tune and I can't draw more than a stick figure, but I really want to be like, I feel like I have a good ear for music and I love the arts. Like I love music. I love the arts. How could I be involved? And I know you kind of touched on this, but how would I be involved in this process?
For sure. Well, in terms of, you're saying if you had the band pass, like being part
of
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's this, I use this as an example. There's this artist. Have you heard of Say Anything?
Yes.
Their band.
Yeah.
So there's the singer is named Mechs, and like he did this thing called Song Shop where people would send in like stories or like stories from their life or just like talk about stuff that happened. Right. He would like turn them into a song. So like that, to me, like people that maybe are not like musically inclined, but want to participate in like the process. Like, songs are music is stories, songs are stories. So, if you had like a rough breakup last week, and you share it, and we could turn it into a song together, like stuff like that. And then like, writing lyrics together, as well as just like, really participating in the story and the character elements as well.
I love that. And then there is so you have the backstage pass and the band pass, right? So can you
the GA pass,
GA backstage pass and band pass?
You see, we revealed the art today. I don't know if have you seen it?
I didn't, but if
you could, do you have the screen thing?
I do.
If you want to share them,
just on, where's it at? Sorry.
On Twitter.
Oh yeah, I did see this. You're right.
Yeah, like they each have music with them too.
Okay.
And the art was done by an ape as well, Alex Marks, who's amazing. And yeah.
Let me show this real quick. Sorry, I was off that. No, I love it. I did see these earlier today.
Yeah, those are badass.
Twitter compressed them a little bit. Oh, that's the fan pass. Start with the GA pass and work your way up.
Okay. Hey, yo, chill.
Sorry, I've been accepting a lot of applicants today, so that's what this is.
Oh, we got golf clubs though.
Nice.
I think that was an ad.
It was definitely an ad. Yeah, we love the ads. I just love this art too. Like, this is dope.
That's so each pass kind of builds up on it's each other and musically as well.
Right.
That's sick.
It's really compressed, but like the actual art is like incredibly like,
detailed.
Detailed in 4K.
Yeah. You got the band pass and then you got this.
So open it and play it with the music.
Okay.
Did they say take your pants off?
Yes.
Did I hear that right?
Yes, I did.
It's the comedy coming in.
I said Shilly, take your pants off, but I love that. So this is the backstage version.
All right, building it up.
This is the band.
That's awesome.
That's pretty sick right there.
That is sweet.
Yeah.
So obviously, like, it's starting out around Shilly, right? So assuming like everything goes well and Shilly becomes a metaverse rock star, is the kind of big picture to, have other characters as well, other apes that maybe want to join the music scene, kind of help take their characters off?
Yeah. So we created a company that's kind of on top, I don't know what you call it, umbrella company, holding company, whatever, called Soundboard Digital. And the board is BORED, as we do. We kind of came up with this term, what I was saying before, community produced recording artist. And the idea being we could replicate this with different kinds of artists, and Bored Apes for sure, but also just like, different genres of music, because even though like we want to, get a lot of diverse sounds and stuff within the Shilly community, like at the end of the day, it's one voice, I think he's a little bit more rock, like pop punk,
pop rock.
And we're using some hip hop elements too, but like that's one thing. But I've been talking to some female artists about potentially doing a female artist, and that's not necessarily a Bored Ape, but and also it doesn't even need to be an NFT, really. It could be an original character, because you just have to build a Web3 community around it. So to me, that's what the model is, like building this Web3 community around an artist using, passes, and then having this like collaborative model.
Very cool.
Yo, so I kind of wanted to switch gears real quick. I know you said that you are not Shilly,
Yeah.
but you are close to Shilly, heavily involved. I am curious about Shilly's grifter tattoo
Little
here.
chest tat.
Can you explain a little bit like about what's going on? Like how did Shilly end up with a grifter?
That's my grifter.
Hell yeah.
I own it. I also own Shilly, and from an NFT sense, you know, but from a you know, from a metaverse sense, Shilly is my boss, who's got my grifter tattooed on him. Yeah, yeah. Grifters are, I mean, they're CCO, right? Like you know, I've been
You could
actually
have picked any of them, right?
Yeah, well, I've also, man, I get offers on that every day. I don't know if you guys have grifters, but the offers are tempting, and that's when I'm kind of thinking about selling. But now I'm kind of more attached to it because we did the tattoo,
Right.
but it's CCO, so I don't need to own it, you know.
True.
But I love X copy, and I wouldn't be surprised if grifters were like 100 ETH floor at some point.
Yeah, right.
Hot take.
Pretty nice.
There we go.
I mean, there's 666 of them. He's probably the, you know, one of the two most important
100%, 100%
in the NFT space.
Mm-hmm.
CryptoPunks and Bored Apes have both had 100 ETH floors, and there's 10,000 of those, and there are 666 of these, and they're, you know, one of ones. So
True.
I mean, logically, it could. There's no reason.
BYOR people might be time to
make
sweep
it
some
happen.
grifters.
So who's blowing out the brooms first?
Yeah, that's why I have not sold, because like I think of that every time.
Right.
Yeah.
What are you most excited about as we move forward with Web3? Obviously, you have your project, but just like as an overall like arching theme, what do you see that's happening that's good in your eyes and that you're looking forward to just in the space as a whole?
I think, I don't know. Like I'm just from I've had so many meetings in the past, like during this bear market with people doing stuff, doing cool shit, you know, that's very different than what I'm doing. And it just seems like people have really like slowed down and like put in a lot more thought about utility and like what the fuck the point is.
Literally everything. Literally everything. Yeah. They put more thought into everything.
Yeah.
100%.
So, I mean, you know, I think we're going to gradually see, and we are seeing, you know, projects that just have more of a point, more utility, where, you know, they're not like retroactively figuring out what the utility is, like dropping some like, you know, PFP project and then 8 months down the road being like, oh yeah, we're a fashion brand, or you know. And I know Bored Apes did that.
This coin.
Yeah, like, oh, we're skateboards, but like you know, and Bored Apes did that first. But Bored Ape, you know, like a lot of those projects had like first movers advantage. You know, they had the luxury of doing that, and you know, and Yuga obviously they did it incredibly well. Of like, I don't think like originally they, you know, thought that they were going to be anything more than what it originally was, and they didn't have to be. But when stuff got crazy and everything got, you know, valuable, they really, you know, figured out a way to like turn it into a brand and build the metaverse and everything else. But now, like, you can't. I really hope it's not rewarded when projects go in with nothing, except like, oh, we one day want to be a brand, you know, and it's just like random PFPs. You know, I think like, to me, like the blue chip PFPs are, you know, they've been decided. We don't need any more PFPs that are just like, you know, PFPs for the sake of being PFPs without like a bigger utility purpose or brand like on day one. So I want to see more projects where they're delivering something either, you know, before they mint or like ready to go right away. And it's more like an understandable transaction of like, I'm buying this and this is what I'm going to get right away.
That's fair. And I'm going to give you one more question specifically about music NFTs.
Yeah.
Because I'm a music fan. I'm a music lover. I grew up in a music household. So what's been the biggest hurdle, do you think, for music NFTs having a breakthrough? I have my own thoughts, but what do you think is the biggest issue?
I've said this a lot. I think it's because I'm not convinced songs should be NFTs.
Yep.
You know,
It's exactly what I would have said. Yep.
yeah, because songs aren't like intrinsically collectible necessarily as collectible.
You don't want
as,
them to be like that either. Like you want to like share a song, right? Like
well, yeah, and I mean, people used to collect like vinyls a lot more and CDs, but they threw that shit out as soon as streaming came because it's convenient and people music is meant to be listened to. So what I think what we've seen with music NFTs are like artists release these music NFTs and then they retroactively figure out utility and like build communities around it. But the problem is like there are some really cool platforms that are selling these NFTs like Sound XYZ, but they're kind of just focused on the selling of the NFTs and not giving, the artist a mechanism to like create utility right away.
Agreed.
So that's why I'm much more in favor of like the access pass model for artists, because I think it's a way easier way to organize it rather than like dropping like 20 of this song and 50 of this song and 100 of this song, and it just gets messy because like you lose, you can't manage scarcity or value. But if you're doing like, here's one artist and they have like 3 tiers of access passes, and you could kind of, very carefully like curate like what each tier gets and the kind of utilities, and then establishing like the platforms and standards of ways to work with, a community. That's the way forward. So I have a lot of hope. I just think it needs to be kind of like standardized across the music space.
I agree. You took the words out of my mouth. That's exactly what I would have said. Just because you had seen I'm going to give you a song or part of a song, and then by the way, you're not actually going to be able to play it on Spotify or Apple Music or whatever you use. We're going to have you siloed into this tiny little music player that nobody really wants to use.
Right.
Like it's insanity. Like when you really think about it, it's just completely insane.
And I think, and I don't think that goes for like generative music.
I would agree with that
because I think that's more in like the art.
Right.
That's that's this kind of art project more in line with like art blocks and stuff like that. So that's a different thing. But in terms of like music, just songs by artists,
like a CD, right? Like I'm releasing this EP or whatever, and we're just gonna get a song, and I just never made sense to me.
Yeah, and so I mean, we put I'm Boring on Spotify, Apple Music, it's streaming everywhere, and that's what we want to continue to do. I know like streaming you don't get paid fairly for streaming, but that's kind of, it is what it is. I mean, that's how you want the most people to listen to your music. So to me, it needs to be kind of like hand in hand. I don't see Spotify, like I don't see anything Web3 like beating Spotify, but I can see a future where you go on Spotify to an artist and I think they've kind of like rolled it out a little bit, but you go to a Spotify page for an artist and they have like a Web3 section where you could connect your wallet and then access, behind the scenes stuff and exclusive songs and tickets and message boards with the artist, like really bringing that Web3 community element into those kind of platforms and not trying to like, I don't know,
separate everything. Like you're gating it so much that then it doesn't actually expand.
Yeah. You can't gate like the big music releases.
No,
you can't, like we're going to release the second Shilly track next week. We're going to premiere it for holders, but then, after a day or so, we're going to put it out because like, what's the point if like, just a couple people get to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
Well said for sure. Music is meant to be heard 100% and shared. I remember many moons ago when I was in the university having a discussion about like free use of music and people copying your music as a songwriter and the pros and the cons. And it was like, when you really get down to it, there's so many pros. I don't care if you don't get paid for it. If 1,000, 10,000, 100,000 people share it, and then all of a sudden now they're coming to your concerts, buying your merch and buying your entire CD.
Yeah.
what was the problem with them ripping your song off. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
as long as you can get your hooks in them. So it's definitely an interesting discussion, and I would agree that songs, CDs, it's hard to gate that and really cut off more listeners. Should be easy.
Yeah, and I will add that. So part of what we're doing is we are going to mint every song and video as a 1-of-1 NFT.
Oh, okay.
And transferring it to the treasury.
Okay,
and that's owned by the DAO. Like a 1-of-1 NFT tied to a song, like that kind of makes sense to me, because I feel like it kind of feels like where you can't kind of own a master. Besides, like on a contract.
Yes.
A digital file can't be owned, really.
Right.
Making a 1-of-1 NFT for music gives that ownership. So we're going to transfer those to the community. The community can vote on what to do with those, whether list them and sell them, as like 1-of-1 art pieces, or potentially, we could decide to fractionalize them into editions.
Sure.
I'm not totally against it. It's not been my thing so far, but I'm open to it. I just feel like starting it out with like 1-of-1 for each song and giving, letting the community kind of talk about it and figure it out together is kind of a good way to go. Again,
hooking back into the community and having a say in what happens here in the creative process, which I think is wonderful. Again, you get the right type of people, I think that could be really extraordinary. Will and Bryce, any other thoughts or questions for Mr. Josh before we let him off the hook?
No, yeah. I mean, I think what you're working on is super awesome. I love, all the visuals and stuff that we've seen so far. The one thing I was going to mention is if, people are listening and they're interested in the project, like where are we sending them to? Are they going to shilly.fm/mint?
Shilly.fm. They could definitely go. Honestly, OpenSea.io. You might have heard of it. Little site.
I might have heard of it. No.
Yeah. If you go to the drops page, we have 2 launch pages, and I mean, to me, that's the most detail you can find in one place, and the launch pages look awesome. So there are 2 separate ones. There's one for what is called Shilly, the access passes, and these are the GA and backstage, and that's 1 mint of 3,500. And then there's Shilly, the band pass, and that's 1 mint of 500. And that was what we did, via application. And those are both on Friday, starting at 11 a.m. for the GABS allow list, then public at 12, and then 1 p.m. for the band pass allow list, and then 2 p.m. for a second allow list, which is like everyone that applied that didn't get accepted, and then 3 p.m. for a public. So we got like 5 hours of just like Shilly madness, which is crazy.
Shilly marathon.
Shilly marathon. Yeah. I mean, we did something that is not the most straightforward, and a little and it's been kind of confusing, and it's been hard to kind of like explain it easily, but we did it for a reason. We were very focused on like having this like application process for the band pass and kind of separating it. But definitely like OpenSea, like putting out these launch pages has made it a lot clearer for people.
Right.
But yeah, pretty much from 11 to 3, there's just stuff going on. So keep an eye out.
It'll be a party. And I'll link the OpenSea on this video when we finish up tonight too. So if anybody watching this back later, you can check the bottom of the video and it'll be there. Man, thanks for coming through. This has been awesome to connect. I know we had talked a little in the DMs, but it's always fun to have a fellow Bored Ape and fellow creative come and tell us a little bit about what you got cooking. So, man, good luck. I don't think you need the luck. It's going to be great. And please come back in a few weeks, a month or something, and talk about how the Shilly verse is coming along.
Anytime. And you guys were like, you were one of the first people to like reach out for stuff. So I really appreciate it.
For sure, dude.
And I'm down to come on whenever.
100%. We'll definitely have you come back on and we'll pump all the music, man. So again, good luck, Josh. And we can't wait to hear how you're doing here in the next couple weeks here.
All right. Take it easy, guys.
Good luck on Friday, man. Man, that was awesome. Again, as a music nerd, I love that stuff. And the vibe is cool. And the video is really dope too. Like I remember when he first pushed that first one out and I was like, damn, this is high quality. That's what we like to see.
Yeah.
Dude,
real
I
IP
love
use.
to see the apes in a different manner. That's
Yes.
bringing them to life. Like
Agreed.
it's so exciting because it's like, I mean, yeah, I'm ready for those 3D models, man. Let me get my
Real as
hands
a
on
kid in
the
a candy
3D
store right now.
model. Let's go.
No, I know what you
Dude,
mean, though.
speaking of a
It's
kid in
definitely
a
that.
candy store, this right
boy.
here, someone stop him. He's stealing NFTs.
Oh no. Oh no.
We gotta.
No.
Yeah. My half normie friend, he's like crypto basic. He sent me that today. And it just, so people are still talking about NFTs. They're still shitting on NFTs. So that means we're still here. And
That's
I guess
true.
we're still
We're in
early
their head.
Still here.
Rent free,
Dude, rent free, bro.
But honestly, speaking really quickly of security, thoughts
Dude, I was
on
bringing that up too.
massive, and this doesn't have to be a long conversation, but just like initial thoughts on big name people in the space having phishing attacks, etc. Your just initial quick thought.
It's concerning, right?
I
mean,
agree.
like, the thing is the money's still there, so the incentive is still there, and like, maybe the hype's died down, so we're not getting apes getting fished every single day because it's a little bit slower right now. The pace is slower and whatever, but like, dude, people are out there. They're targeting those big name accounts.
Yep.
They want to knock on KRO's door and fucking send him a phishing link. Like, shit, you got to be careful.
It made me
so
rethink about how I'm like organizing my shit, to be honest.
Dude, honestly, I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, you know what? It's been long enough. Like I'm pretty diligent, but like you see one of these things and it's like, oh, it had something and then something else that wasn't in the URL that you were expecting, and you just clicked it anyways because your mind gets used to it. You're like, I go to this website every day, OpenSea.io, and then you realize like, oh shit, did that say OpenSeaMint.io? And the next thing you know, your shit's jacked. So
yeah,
having a really cold wallet, that's my whole thing. Like an actual, like, this is not connecting, and especially, and Bryce, please tell us your thoughts too, but like the delegate cash or whatever, delegating your wallet and warm wallet, like that solves, I think, a lot of issues if we can continue to see those integrated with everything that we're doing here, because we shouldn't have to hook a freaking wallet with a Bored Ape ever to literally to anything ever.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, that's the big issue. Everybody calls them cold wallets, but then they're over here clicking links and signing shit.
Mine's like lukewarm.
Cold wallet, you literally just hold your NFTs and you transfer them to a different wallet.
If you're going to sell it or whatever, like then you transfer to the selling cold wallet. You know what I mean? Like there can be multiple versions of cold.
Frozen wallet,
yes,
cold
dude.
wallet,
Yes.
and then
okay. So on to that too. I was having that discussion right before we came on. Someone was saying, how do you transfer an NFT without approving it on OpenSea? And so there's two main ways that I would say, to go about it. There's the somewhat more technically savvy approach, which is just going straight into Etherscan, going to the contract and using the transfer all function or the safe transfer. It's like the safe transfer function, whatever it is. There's a safe transfer function, which is, you put the address you're sending it to, you put your address, and then you put your token ID. That's usually like the general structure. The other place is like that I was sending my friend to is called Zerion. Zerion.io. It's kind of like a wallet manager. You can basically pull up your wallet and go through your NFTs and click send, and it does all of the contract stuff without you having to do all the contract stuff.
They also have a really nice mobile app that kind of shows all your NFTs.
I love Zerion. That's like my
Zerion mobile app is pretty sick.
I'm like, oh, did I just send something?
Where did you find that? Like, I guess who pointed you in the direction of that app?
Gosh, dude, that was Danny from one of our OG Discords, like way back when.
I'm just curious.
We'll shameless shill this thing. Like, I love this app. This app, I get notifications anytime I transfer something, anytime I receive an NFT, or receive a spam something. Unfortunately, I do get a couple
I
of
get
those
so
that
many
I'm
like, you received a Polygon NFT. You
and I'm
sent a
like,
Polygon
fuck,
NFT.
I need to see if we can toggle off Polygon. But like peace of mind, dude, like I kid you not. I love getting the notifications. Like you wake up, you're like, oh, my shit sold. Oh, whatever. And it's like, I don't know. It's just, it keeps
Yeah, I
you
bought a
tapped
power up
in without
chart and
being
they get a little
tapped in.
notification from Zerion. You sent 2
What is this? This address has already been added. Okay, go to wallet. So basically what I was going to say is
you can also, you filter it between NFTs and tokens.
welcome
too,
to my wallet. So here, it's like if you were going to transfer this, you just click the send button. And then, okay, so why would you do this though? This is different than.
I don't see what you're
I was
doing.
gonna say, you're not
Maybe
sharing
I'm
anything, right?
crazy.
Oh, my bad, guys. Oh,
I was
my
literally like,
goodness.
I might be.
This
tripping
is
I will
balls
say,
over here,
this
but-
is
just
embarrassing.
forewarning, if you do download the app, if you have something like
Yeah.
other deeds, like a coda, it doesn't count that coda as the coda floor of like 12.5 ETH. It just counts it as other deed floor. So your estimated portfolio value will most likely be.
You'll be like, oh my God, I'm broke.
What the? Yeah.
No, okay. So can you see this now? Are we good?
Yes.
Yes.
We rocking. Basically, you go into their app, you have like the overview, the whatever. You click send, and then you can click NFT, and then you can put your address. You'd be like, I'm sending it to my cold wallet, my lukewarm wallet. And you'd be like, click on whatever one you're trying to send. Click save, and then you send it. And so, like when the send comes through, which you probably can you see this tab?
I just no. I just
Share this tab
I just
instead.
probably
Can you
put-
see that? Can you see it
Now
now?
we can. Yes.
Okay, so this safe transfer from is essentially what you're looking for. This is directly from the Meebit contract. Let me see. Okay, share this tab instead. Cool. We're moving around. The alternative is, you come into right, click connect, all this jazz, fun stuff. And then you go to the safe transfer or transfer from, and you would put your address, the address you're sending it to, and the token ID. But basically on OpenSea, when you have to approve the NFT. So like if you have 3 Bored Apes and you go into OpenSea and you're like, I want to transfer my Bored Ape from one wallet to another wallet, they'll be like, okay, great. Give us access to all of your Bored Apes. And then you're like, I don't want to give you access to all. I just want to move this Bored Ape and not my other 2. Then you got, it's a whole thing, it's just not, it's not worth the hassle. It's not worth the potential headache, heart loss, pain, 808s and sharp breaks or whatever we were talking about the other day. Anyways, I don't know. I'm done spieling, but
no, that's good. I think that was a good safety talk, and I think this is also some good information on people that, if you're wondering about wanting to send NFTs, there are other ways to do it besides just through OpenSea, and I would recommend it if you're trying to actually make a frozen wallet. And then like we're not going to get into this today, but I think it's a topic for another time is multi-sig too. Like I know we talked about that a little in the DMs, and I don't want to open up that can of worms right now because I do want to talk a little bit about specifically Bored Ape, Yuga, Dookey Dash, all of that. But I think that's another good conversation again for another night. So Dookey Dash stats. What are we thinking about Ape, Dookey Dash, Bored Ape, Yuga? What do we got?
Dude, I absolutely freaking killed it. I sharded. I cannot lie. I sharded the other day. I had to scratch that itch. And boy, howdy, let me tell you. We got 261,000 points, baby.
Yeah. I got 210. I think it's my top.
Yeah, I'm at like 188, I think. I was stuck for a while at 150. Then finally today decided, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to shard. And then like 4 runs in a row.
Feel something. Spend $10.
Yeah, for real. But it's crazy how much it helps. I swear, I played the game for like 10 seconds and I'm like, oh, wow, I'm at 60,000 already. Like, this is
well, just like it's so different. Like, it feels slower. There's obviously bigger or more point value fragments more frequently. I'm in this weird spot though where I'm like, I like to do it because then I can see if I can break my high score. But I'm also kind of like, I don't want to keep spending this fucking $10, $12 like every day. So I'm sort of like, I was gonna throw to that too, Will. As someone that is not, I'd like to, bump mine up a little bit. I'm just gonna keep working like without the shards. see how high I can get and how consistently I can get to whatever 150 or 160 and then start
Mm-hmm.
power sharding.
Dude, if you just keep training, you're gonna put on. See, like, apparently I'm not good with delayed gratification, because I was gonna just go shartless the entire time and then throw some ape on at the end and just kill it out of the park. But I
Didn't you
said
go like
6 days
48 hours without breaking your high score, and then you were like, F
Yeah, I
this.
was like, this is it. This is the
Yeah.
breaking point. I have to. But honestly, I have to say though, previously, before I got the 260, my high score was 182. When I got that 182, I was on cloud motherfucking 9, my guy. I was just like having the time of my life, how pumped I was about breaking that high score. And so after I broke that high score, it was obviously, I got a little lucky on that run, went as further than I had ever gone on any of the other previous runs. But I broke it with 262, but I knew what I was doing was dirty. I sharded my pants, and it wasn't as honestly, it wasn't as satisfying as the 182 was.
Fair enough.
Even though I did get the high score, it was like, yes.
You're gonna be
But it was
really
more of
thankful
like
though if that bitch is like way more like valuable when you got the 260 rather than the 180.
But like, here's the thing though, it's on my apes. It's the ape pass that I have for my board ape. So like that's like, I have this weird rule where it's like, if it came from my ape directly, shit don't leave the wallet.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, let's jump to this.
Yes.
As someone who just got a sewer pass and has a new ledger on the way, can you show the safe way to connect to the game and play? For now, you can do one of two things. You could either just use the pass in your wallet, since you are currently operating within you're currently operating within a hot wallet. Or if you want to try to take like some step of caution, you could open up a new wallet within your MetaMask and delegate that wallet as your hot wallet. And so when you use that secondary wallet, you would go into Warm under your primary wallet, the wallet that your pass is in right now. You would click, get started. And then you would link it up here. So like this is not helpful because I already have it linked. But ideally, there's a button that says link a wallet, and then you would put your secondary wallet in this spot here to say my secondary wallet is my hot wallet. You would delegate it. It costs like $10, $12, something like that, to complete the contract transaction. And then after that, you go over to your secondary wallet and you connect to Dookey Dash from there.
I did delegate myself just because I had looked at Fubar's thread that he wrote, and then also Boring Security actually did a Warm versus Delegate Cash, and they said they're both great, but they would lean Delegate Cash slightly.
Honestly, I mean, I went the warm route for some, and then Delegate Cash for the others. You have options here, which is kind of nice. You can like do a particular NFT. You can do it for a contract. You can do the entire wallet. So if you had your primary wallet and then you were trying to link your secondary wallet, your delegate wallet, or we could call this your degen wallet, that would go here and you could submit it. And basically that would give your secondary wallet access to your primary wallet.
Here's a question for a newbie. So let's
Okay.
say that I delegate a wallet as my hot wallet. Would this new hot wallet be able to transfer my NFTs out unknowingly to me if this got compromised, this new hot wallet?
No. So if you go around and you go to Dookey Dash .winner,
ZYX.
Yeah.
some scam account or some scam phishing website, and you sign a malicious transaction. And okay, so let's just say though, maybe you do go to a malicious Dookey Dash website. It might want to target one of two things. It could target your passes, or maybe like your NFTs, or it could target your tokens, and it might go, hey, we know you're going to have some Ape coin.
Yeah.
We're going to try and trick you into approving Ape coin to spend whatever, which you do have to approve Ape coin to spend when you buy Power Shard packs. But basically, though, with that being said, you could go approve something with this new wallet. It cannot touch. It can't. No, it can only see and be able to show websites that, hey, I have this NFT, but I cannot give it to you.
It's basically like a little like viewer. It's like a little camera that's looking at your wallet rather than actually holding your wallet.
Yeah. So one of the things I think will be interesting leading into the end of the Dookey Dash game is like we've seen some people advertise that they are delegating out wallets or just letting people come and use a delegated wallet that they've created. We don't know the full process on like what's going to happen once the game gets locked down, once that final score gets locked in. But it's possible that if you, for say, like let's just say you had to prove ownership of the pass to then claim shards or fragments or whatever they're called, power fragments. Maybe you could claim some of those based off of the sewer pass you had. That could potentially cause an issue if you leave your wallets delegated, and someone else who was using it for free could be like, oh shit, I still have access to show that I have ownership of that pass with that high score and whatever. And then they could,
right.
They could jack your shards. So you got to be careful.
Here's another one from our good friend 12 Gauge. So sending NFTs from Ledger app, also a good option too, less confusing than contract for most people.
That is the truth.
So again, it's all about security.
Never be too cautious in this space.
1000%. Well said, my guy. And also, if you ever have questions, like if you have trusted resources, you can tweet at Fubar. He's a great follow when it comes to security. There are others. Boring Security does a great job as well. But find some friends that can at least direct you into the right place to read information or ask questions. If you're ever concerned and not 100% sure, reach out to somebody, because there's a lot of people that are willing to help. Don't click on links, even from someone you think you might trust. Don't click on links because they could, like, maybe their Twitter is compromised. You don't fucking know, right? I remember my mom sending me an email like a year and a half ago.
You were like,
and I had a link, and I was like, Mom, is this actually you sending me this link?
Dude,
my grandpa sends me videos all the time that I have to download, and I'm not doing that. Love you, Grandpa, but I'm not watching that video.
I'm out on
I just respond back like LOL.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it.
That's so funny. I love this.
Like, damn, that was my dog dying. You just put LOL.
I can't believe that happened.
Let's transition. So Dookey Dash, we've sharded. Yuga, Mech talk. I saw somebody had screenshotted something from the mods saying basically you'll have a choice. And that, I mean, we saw that kind of in the little graphic, but how many sewer passes is enough sewer passes? And what is, like, okay, so it's a power source, but then what, right? Like, there's still so much speculation.
There's
like,
so much.
We saw the mech art. So, like, that's, I mean, come on, like the way it was laid out, even like it just kind of looks like the evolution or whatever. But at the end of the day, like, man, I kind of wish I had like 30 passes just to claim Yuga stuff. Can never have enough Yuga.
Really can't, right? Because everything's a power source, but then it's like the top player gets a key.
I know.
So it's like, how's the key a power source? Like, okay, I guess that's just the ultimate power source inside the box.
I guess, yeah.
We're cooking. Let it cook, man. Let it cook. I'm working on something. Okay, y'all feast on that for a second.
Okay.
Obviously, these are the fragments.
I like the Mario block.
What the heck? I didn't get all of them in that run?
Sucker.
God, I'm not going to make it. Holy shit.
Wow, you're missing like 2.
Come on, dude.
That's incredible.
Sad.
But I mean, look at the fruck.
11 and 13.
What the frucking.
Yeah, that's sharded.
Dude, look at the Power Sharp putting in work, my guy.
48K. Nuts.
Okay, so we talked about we didn't talk about, but we're about to talk about. You just mentioned how is the key a power source, and let me show you. Okay.
Oh god.
I want to zoom ahead, but I don't think I can.
No, that's okay.
No,
I
you
just
have to
watched
click
it.
on the bottom right where it's the YouTube.
We're good.
Okay, right there.
Yeah.
Did you see? Oh my god!
Yeah,
Look, it's
mate.
glowing.
The
Wait,
key
that's...
opens up the chest, which probably has like.
Oh no
the
shit.
ultimate
So
power
but that okay, but what's the fucking ultimate power source? It's gonna be a fucking banana, bro.
Watch it be like the ultimate power source is the only one that gets the mech, and we're just over here like, oh my god.
shit.
I don't think Yuga would do
hell, the
that.
mech.
I definitely don't think they tease the mech like third day of the comp and then be like, psych.
Dude,
Look-
okay, so but like the speculation that I've heard is like we are taking these with us.
Mm-hmm.
Like we get this, we get that, we get those. Like if this is your best run, like you're getting 9 of these over here, you're getting 4 of those, 7 of these,
Everything
17 of
becomes a small
those.
currency.
Well, and that's what Bryce and I talked about earlier is this concept of, okay, what else? Yuga said this is a trial run. They're wanting to, do a proof of concept for some of these mechanics. Want to test them out, get some game time going. I mean, it's pretty clear, right? When you go into Dookey Dash and you look at the, let's see, the leaderboard stats. Okay, excuse me. Let me find it. Share tab. The thing on the right over here, what is that? 3.8 million total dashes. I mean, like, they're just collecting metrics right now. They're like, hey, let's see what we can do here. Like, we're putting numbers on the scoreboard, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're spending ape coin. We're putting, people are playing the damn game. Shit's happening. Fantastic. Let's go. But that's where I think we have but wait, there's more, because there's the multi passes. I mean, not the multi passes, the multiple evolutions. So you have Evo 1, Evo 2, Evo 3 / Doggo Evo. And it's like, what's going on here? Nobody knows. So my take is, okay, if you're going to, continue this proof of concept journey, what is one thing that definitely needs to be proved out?
The use of ape.
The use of resources from the other side. So, we're using these fragments as soft currencies, which I believe is how other side resources will be used. And so if we
I just feel like this is a
next
lot of
stage,
currencies though. Like that, I look at all these.
yeah, but it's like
every single one of
popping
these
candy.
fragments. Like this seems way more complicated to try it.
I agree.
All of these than just doing it with like the 15 other side resources.
There's more than 15.
I mean, for
there's
sure.
more. There's more other side resources than what's mentioned here on the page.
Well, if we take artifacts and everything, yeah.
No,
or
but
strictly
the thing
just
is,
like
it's
north,
not,
south, east, west resources too.
Right,
There's
right.
not
But
that.
I mean, like, think about it though. What are we doing with resources in the other side? We're combining them together to create items. Like,
we
why
don't
in the
even know
world-
what we're fucking doing, bro.
Well, we do know that.
We're just
though. I mean, it's
riding
on the
on hope and
it's
a
on
dream
the
and a prayer.
it's on the
I
white
have a dream.
paper.
Yeah, I know. Okay. No.
My thought process was that you would take these over and these would be like little mini power-ups for the next game.
Oh, so like a soft currency, like what I just
Okay, but
said.
not like, oh, you can trade them and sell them and all, but like physically, however you do on this run will translate to your next run in Evolution 2, where one of those legendary boosts may be like, oh, extra coins for this round or something along those lines.
I don't know. I kind of feel like you're going to be able to turn them in and be able to swap them.
I mean, if I can, sweet. Give 'em to
Right? I
me.
mean, like
I'll
then
sell 'em.
you could be like, hey, I grinded for number 1. I missed. I got number 10, but I got a shit ton of fragments, and now I get to turn around and sell them.
That makes way more sense because it's like if you get second place, Like there has to be some extra like
Because how do you
Part
derive value
there
for these
between
people
second place
who
and
are on the
1,000th place.
leaderboard?
Isn't it
Well,
just
what's
like
weird
to
to
me? It would
me
have been rarity. Like
It's like
that's
you're
what I
ranked
always figured.
1,000 something, Will, and you have literally every single fragment.
Except for these two.
Well, except
But
for
yeah.
those two, but you have a run with every single fragment. Like I imagine those people that are sitting at the 600,000 or whatever they're at now, they've got like hundreds of these things.
Yeah, and that's how you give a skill-based mint a fair reward across the board, is that you have literally little fragments, artifacts from the game that you can then give to people and make them tradable.
Yeah, that's true. Like if
Then-
you
then
did you
they
ever
can be
play
like-
like a Jetpack Joyride on your phone?
No, dude, I don't play fucking games.
Okay, well, sorry,
I'm
Phil.
a fucking boomer, dude. This is what I'm talking about too, though, because he is Spencer. Shout out to Spencer. He definitely said tears will continue to matter.
Mhm.
So like
Well, they might
that's
just
my thing.
continue
So,
to be a 10, 20, 30, 45% boost or whatever.
yeah, maybe that could be.
And it's simply just
Oh Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
bro!
Hey,
What
Phil.
the fuck?
Love putting him on blast. Let's go, baby.
Dude, I wasn't even talking. I was just sitting there like,
Third?
no, but that could be like a 40%, like the boost, whatever it is. That's just what continues along with
just
this with
stays
these different
constant.
games. That could be. I
Dude,
don't know, because like
I-
that's my whole thing. Like, man, I guess I'll transition to this. What are your thoughts on? And we knew this was going to happen. I know that Gordon said he wasn't. They didn't know, but I kind of call bullshit on that. That
Wait, you mean the game
gamers
is gonna be a success? I had no idea.
no, that the yeah, and that
Dude,
like
his response
oh my
to
gosh.
Tropo killed me
Yeah,
when
that
he
was
was
the
like,
best
I don't know,
response
Tropo,
ever.
you try making a project and getting everything right. I died.
Yeah, for
Thanks,
sure.
Anthony.
Thank you, Anthony, for being back again too. No, I mean there is a lot, and I'm excited. Like at the end of the day, all this discussion has made me like, I didn't know I could be more bullish, but like again, this has gone really well. I know that what the hell's his name? The dude that has the Azuki PFP, and I goddamn
We did the same thing earlier. Don't remember.
Anywho,
but
guy that does security and he cracks codes and shit, but he does it for the good. Like he just does it so that he can pass on information. He basically had written a code that was able to let him go through all of the obstacles, and he was sending that over to Board Ape, which is great. Like those are the type of good people in the space that you need to continue to uplift. Obviously, they talked a little bit about it being really hard to make it perfect in a browser-based game, and I didn't know that. I'm not a freaking tech person at all. But I thought that was great that they passed on that information. So we'll see. Like I'm also interested on like what happens to those people. Like let's say Dingaling is in first, fourth, fifth, and sixth, but they find out for maybe the fourth, fifth, and sixth dudes did some sort of cheating. Like they just get to 0, and then he only gets
that's
one of those.
amazing.
You know what I mean? So like it is a little risky. If I don't care if they're pro gamers or not. Like you still, if you don't know them, still a risk. But what are your thoughts?
Either way,
on,
though, it's just like super bullish that we're having pro gamers play our club's game.
Is it though, or is it just because there's a
Because
big
if
financial
these
thing for
gamers that are
them?
all competing for the top one see that this prize for this silly little monkey NFT project sells for $1 million, you're gonna have a ton of people that are like, holy shit, I could have played this game, grinded it out for 3 weeks, gotten first potentially, and made a bag.
It's going to be a wake up call.
It is going to be a wake up call for all these people that have been sitting on NFTs, that game.
Web3 gaming isn't going to fucking work. Blah, 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 blah.
Here,
I
literally,
mean,
like
I
tweeted
hear
day
you.
2. It's like proof of concept. Here
I
it
hear
is.
you completely, and I love that we've seen more
I'm
streaming
shouting in my
and
hotel room.
streaming action and shit. But like, it's because of the monetary value. It doesn't mean that the
But
actual
that's not a
game
bad thing.
itself is
Mhm.
good.
Let me tell you a story real quick. Bryce and I played a game called RuneScape where
Yeah, I know you
it had a
love
lot
that
of
game.
monetary value between the both of us spent money on that game.
Stupid. I mean,
And
we were
tried
like
to make
fourth grade
money on
trying to
that
buy
game.
like we would take our cash and go to freaking HEB or something and buy a gift card so then we could like real world trade and get GP on this game.
Dude, I literally sold 1 million gold in this game to to a kid on the bus for $50 when you can buy it online for $1. So, you know,
I forgot about
why
that.
did I play the game? I don't know. I was making some money. It was kind of
It was
fun.
fun.
Like
Yeah.
it's just, you know, the thing is like there's also things you can do that break that game's rules. Like you can bot, which is, you know, essentially setting up scripts to automate different tasks because the game is designed to be a grind game where you run off and you're like, I gotta go collect a bunch of wood, gain experience, level up, whatever. You know, shit takes a lot of time. And so I don't necessarily think other side is going to be a grind game, but I wouldn't be surprised if there is some elements that they throw in there to have, you know, some grind aspects to them.
Mhm.
Because they're gamers at heart too, so they're used to these mechanics, and they're like, you know, there's something kind of blissful about going and catching shrimp over in the other side sewer, right? Like, you never know, right? So, but what I'm saying is like, at the end of the day, there's going to be people that are going to want to exploit something to extract value from the game,
Mhm.
right? And that doesn't necessarily mean it's hurting the game. In most cases, if it's, you know, exploited at scale, it definitely is.
Mhm.
But maybe we can design games that, you know, can make the exploits not so impactful
No, and
make them
I
not so
get
whatever.
you.
But I think at the end of the day, we're getting people interested. And
I
that is
understand that
step one.
completely. Completely understand, and I have loved, like, legitimately, I've loved some of these, like, again, bigger streamers, and we almost got fucking Orangey to come on the other night, which would have been fucking awesome because he's in like top 5. But anywho, I love that they're talking about it and they're playing it. I think that is great. And this isn't, when I say this, it doesn't mean I don't think this will happen. I'm just saying I always am hoping, and I think they are too, that the club is the most important though. Like it still has to be like the biggest value add has to be for the people that are in the swamp. It can't be for XYZ people that are on the exterior, just extracting
Right, but I
value,
mean,
and us
you
idiots
got to
paying
have
them.
somebody come buy your bags, right? And so if someone else can roll up and they can find a way to exploit it, but it also requires them to be a participant in the ecosystem and transact in ApeCoin, like all of those things are net positive. Is kind of the way that I lean towards it at the moment. Obviously, if new data comes up and it's like, yo, this shit is really fucking sinking the ship right now, like, then yeah, we're gonna have to course correct. And so, you know, I mean, I agree though. I was talking to somebody that they had a slight disagreement on the boosts, how they were distributed. And I'm like, well, tier 1 is tier 1, my guy. Like, the apes are the premier
And then
tier,
always should be. Yeah, I agree.
and they always will be.
Yeah.
And so it's clear 45% boost
I agree. Yeah,
if you use ApeCoin.
significant.
But at the same time, too, the way that it's structured, I freaking love the way that ApeCoin spend mechanic is structured in Dookey Dash, because who is the most incentivized people to spend ApeCoin? It's the tier 1 passes. That has the biggest impact to their score based off of like boost wise, because like going from 0 to 15% is way more impactful instead of going from 30 to 45%. From a math point of view. I put some stuff together. And it was just kind of pointing towards like that. Like, you should boost if you have a tier 1 pass. And then you get to the point where it's like, hey, it costs 2.5 ETH to upgrade from a tier 3 to a tier 4. Is that worth it? Or can you use the difference, that 2.5 ETH, to spend, you know, on like 340 Power Sharp packs? And then, you know, it doesn't matter because you're like, well, I'm good at the game. I'm not great at the game, but like I'll be able to do just as much work with 340 Power Sharp packs and a tier 3 instead of getting a tier 4. But speculation. We don't know what all the tier passes are for. And if they are forever an access pass to everything Yuga Labs for games, then I'm going to kill myself. I mean, I'll be upset.
No, I think you'll just go buy quite a few.
I hope that the sewer passes are fucking bomb forever. And I need to get more, apparently.
Although clearly we know they're not going to be sewer passes forever. So it's like, is this power source going to be a access pass. I doubt
I
it.
feel like they said they're burned at some point, though. Are they not?
They are, which is why I'm like, I don't think these passes are going to be forever, but it is cool to see the whole idea of a skill-based mint and not just connect your wallet and send us ETH, but hey, you actually have to sit here and play this game in order to move on to the next phase.
And I mean, it's been everywhere on the timeline. So again, bullish.
Everywhere.
Next Evos will lead to Mechs. Yeah, Anthony, we are, man, I can't wait. The art looked dope. Mechs are dope. But then I want to know what they're used for. I mean, obviously probably in game, but I just, again, Yuga masters of fucking making you want more information literally at all times. No matter what information you get, it's not enough. That's, I guess, what a great writer does, right? A great storyteller. They have you like on the edge of your seat.
Guys,
See, this was funny, real quick. Just
guys,
sidebar.
hold on. Can I throw
God.
this on real quick?
God
Holy
bless.
shit. Holy shit.
I don't know
620 for Ape
my
coin.
brother, can you
You're
show
not
it?
sharing anything
There,
there.
I got you, my dog.
Oh, nice.
Oh, sorry.
You
Let
good,
me,
brother.
let me clean this up. Dude, Apecoin is GMing so freaking hard. Like, I love to see this. This is incredible. Let me change this up here. Look, you thought we were going down to Goblin Town. Fuck no.
Psych,
Turn
you
that ship
fuck.
around.
Yeah, that ratio, AP ratio looking pretty nice.
Personally, if you want to target, because I like targets.
We're going for the top of
going
that.
for the orange line.
Oh,
The Gusto. I thought we were going for that
Which-
big ass.
I was shooting for the 92. That's what I'm going for.
No, okay, so but this is a 13% move right here. And that would make a max staked ape 1094 ape coin. It would be worth 44 ETH, which is pretty damn nice. Obviously, this was the demand from other side. And we talked about this previously. If everyone was going to stake and we weren't sitting at 40% max staked right now, and we were sitting closer to like 80 or 75, 80% max staked, this number would be higher. Like, it's just how demand works. Number go up.
So what's our last question for real? I'm gonna keep it very short. Not financial advice. Be on February 8th, or maybe the 24 hours leading up to it. What is the price of one ape coin?
Dude, so here's the thing though, is like
$1 million.
no, but here's the thing though. I don't think that ape spend on the game is necessarily the biggest driver towards like the current floor, like the current price action.
What is it then?
I think it's a combination. Well, I mean, obviously you have
Just
a combination of like, yes,
Yeah.
we are spending ApeCoin, and we can throw this Dune dashboard up real quick. We have spent 136,000 ape on buffs. So like that's fantastic, but like 136,000,
that's almost $850,000 that people
like
our community has spent on this game.
it's a lot, right? But so my thing is though, to move the price to where it is now, 135,000 ApeCoin is really not moving.
It's a drop of the book, yeah.
It's
Okay.
five. I mean, okay, it is, but it isn't. It's 500 ETH worth, and so that's currently worth 800K. But 800K when our market cap currently is moving like significantly more than that. I don't know. Plus, you have the trickle down effects of like all of the staking stuff, and everyone's like, "Oh shit, I should have been staking ApeCoin from $3." And then we're not even 40% full in the BAYC pool. I think we hit that in maybe a week and a half or so. But like we're about to reach 100,000 ApeCoin in the freaking ape staking contract. That is insane.
Yeah, that is.
That is insane. Like let me just look at this. Share. Okay. $666 million.
Wild. That's insane. So stupid.
621, dude. What the heck? $6.21, my guy.
Can we get 669 by tomorrow? Come on. We gotta hit the meme.
The meme. Be too good.
So, anyways, I
just want to put this up
bullish.
again. Yuga Marketplace too. Like
Facts.
that. Come on.
Wait till they release more
In-game.
games with more
That's what I
saves.
mean.
Wait. Yuga Marketplace, though. What are we talking about?
We're talking about in-game, dude. Yuga
Okay.
as an other
Okay.
side when we're paying an ape to fucking get our metaverse AR fucking ice cream cone and whatever
And
else.
you got more drains with Power
Yeah.
Shark packs and
Dude,
other
library
stuff.
of mini games, please, library of mini games, please.
Dude, it's coming. It's so clear that it's
Please.
coming. It's not even funny.
And
the
release
other
it to
thing
the
I mentioned
public,
earlier,
free game that you can spend on upgrade. Please.
the other thing I mentioned to Bryce earlier when we were talking about this is that, okay, they proved that they can generate the spend of ApeCoin. Like they can get it flowing into a game.
Yep.
Hey, we want to buy this, we want to do whatever. But at the same time, they also showed that they can incentivize that spend and participation in these games with like
Prizes at the end.
prizes.
The carrot at the end of the stick, bro.
Right? I mean, they made this out of thin air. They went and they did what they did. They went and did what they do best, which is storytelling.
Yep.
That's kind of their background. So they went and they
definitely
leaned on that and they said, how are we going to make this lore, wacky, fun, and fantastic for the entire swamp? And then they said, hey, we're going to have trial of Jimmy the Monkey, and everybody's going to be racing down a sewer.
Yes, dude.
Trying to get a key out of a monkey's butt.
Everyone's going to be playing hours of a fucking sewer game, dude. Like the best temple run game. Like,
dude, that's going to be the most
hours.
exciting start to 2023 you've ever seen.
Yes. Literally.
Shoot. Like, I don't know. Guys, the thing is like the more I think about it, I'm like, I don't want to sell my ApeCoin.
I know, dude.
Anything, I just want to
literally, Bryce, you and I were just gonna go to the grave with all of our ApeCoin, never spend a dime of it. We're gonna have like millions.
I'm gonna leave it in my will and be like, kids, I swear to God, if you sell this,
I'm coming back to.
If you buy a Power Shark pack for 2 ApeCoin, I will kill you.
Dude,
ape then it's $100 for fucking 2 ape. Dude, this has been a great conversation. Let's wrap because this is a perfect place to put a bow on it. Man, I want to say thanks again to Josh and Shilly and man, everybody that came through. We had a lot of guests tonight. Thank you for the questions. Thank you for the additions to the conversation. You guys help with this show for sure. And so if y'all ever want to come on the show, just hit us up in the DMs. You can hit Bryce, Will, or myself on Twitter. You can find it on the YouTube stream. You can find our Twitters there. Or if you're watching us on Twitter, you can find us there too. Or just check out the Bored Ape. Or sorry, you can check out the Bored Ape Twitter too, but Bored TV Twitter if you want to get in contact with us. So any last thoughts, gents, before we wrap?
Yeah, I would say don't hit up Bryce because he doesn't even have any access around here. So
we have him gated out.
Loser.
Yeah, do not contact me. Oh gosh. Yeah. Plus, I'll be busy playing.
What? Sorry, what did you say?
I didn't do that, bro.
You bitch.
That's your brother, bro. That was your brother. I would never mute you.
Yo, okay, real talk. I did that in a professional meeting, like at work. I just muted my boss on Skype. I was like, Dan, you're...
Oh my god.
He's a boomer, so it's just
Sorry, what? All right.
Yeah, you and his boss are
yeah. All right. Anywho, again, thanks for everyone for being here. We'll be back next Wednesday. I think we should do a stream playing some more Dookey Dash too.
Yeah, we'll play some Dookey Dash sometime later.
We said
week.
final thoughts. Other side. February.
Ooh.
Yeah.
March, dude. Second trip.
Is it March?
Yeah.
Oh fuck, it is March.
But I mean, dude, February's like 2 farts, bro.
February's literally a week from today.
And that's what I mean. And then that's 4 weeks, and then you're March. Like,
right? And we still have 2 weeks of Dookey Dash. Like,
literally.
we're gonna be busy the next 2 weeks.
That's the best part. That's the best fucking part. Dude, they have us just doing shit.
Traveling.
This is what we've been waiting for, right? We had like 6 months where we were like, "What the fuck are we doing?" Now it's like
activations, bro. That's literally all we need.
You literally can't FUD anything if you're playing Dookey Dash. That's why the prices are going up because people are like, "Wait, I have NFT bags? No, I'm Dookey Dashing right now." And so nobody's selling anything. So there's zero sell pressure because everyone's flying down this freaking swamp.
Big if true.
Okay, we're just gonna stop there.
Big if true.
But no, bullish for sure. And again, like we knew this was coming. We have talked about it a million times because Gordon and team on Farouk's show. Like, God, that was like 6 months ago now. It feels like maybe 5 months. He said, just wait, we got things coming. We're getting the team all put together. And it's not necessarily just like dropping big ass bags on our head, but it's more like we're going to have things for y'all to do and speculate and talk and learn about and experience. Like, there's all these things are going to be happening, because just imagine when we get more information on the other side, we can actually dig into it. And it's like actual information that will help us when the other side comes. Like, that'll be hours of conversation that can be had.
Dude, honestly, and that's exactly, you got to know that, like, I'm sure they're so pleased with the results of Dookie Dash.
Yes.
I mean, everything they touch and do and put out always has like fantastic results, and I'm sure they're just pleased by it, like everything. But like, you got to know that they're just thrilled to have the community fired up, active, really engaged, loving it, posting random fucking pictures of that stupid fucking cow.
Yes, dude.
Right? Retweeting
I mean,
everything.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, it's a great time, right? I mean, it's a fun time to be in the swamp. Thank goodness they made it 3 weeks and not 3 days, so I don't have to, like, you know, have bloodshot eyes again.
Take PTO.
Yeah, right. But it's like, you know, I'm just glad that we had that downtime, and, you know, some of nature had to do some healing. Unfortunately, we flushed some people out on the mega dip, unfortunately, but, you know, we're here and we are thriving. So,
and that's the thing. Once we get other side rolling and we have things to do and things to build and activation, like, then, I mean, dude, there's gonna be nothing to.
I'm gonna have to quit my job
for real, dude. We're gonna be working in the fucking other side, bro. We're gonna be working in the fucking other side.
So I quit because my monkey's collecting extra monkey coins in the monkeyverse, and there's this other world where I participate in full time. And I just can't do this.
I'm working there now. I'm actually working there full time. I'm an attendant at the local restaurant. Like, fucking.
And on my spare time, I go back and I play this game that's very nostalgic to me, where I chase down a sewer to find a key in a monkey's butt. What do you do?
That's on my resume. Chasing keys and monkey ass. Okay, we're getting fucking to the end of the rope here. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate everybody that came through tonight. Again, a great show. We will talk to y'all on Wednesday, but we will 1000% stream some Dookie Dash sometime over the next couple days. So just keep an eye on our Twitter.
The weekend.
We'll go. Absolutely. We'll go live on YouTube and Twitch, and we'll have a good old time. So with that, it's Phil, it's Will, it's Bryce. We out of here.
Peace.
Peace.